Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Jason Perrin. I'm the proud principal of Londonderry High School. Welcome to the 43rd Annual Baccalaureate Ceremony to celebrate the class of 2022. This is our 8th awards night at the Capitol Center in Concord, and it is a special evening for our seniors, parents, guardians, special guests, and of course all of us in the Londonderry School District, including our superintendent, assistant superintendent, and school board members. It is now my pleasure to introduce your Director of School Counseling, Ms. Maureen O'Day.
Good evening. At this time, I would like to invite to the stage the advisor of the Blue Star Lancers, Ms. Elizabeth Juster. She will be presenting individuals who are entering the military that will be serving our country upon their graduation, a red, white, and blue honor cord. The students will wear this at graduation in respect and honor for their service to their country. The students will come on stage. They are Matthew Adamson, who will be entering the United States Air Force. Andrew Kraft will be entering the United States Navy. Ryan Duddy will be entering the U.S. Air Force. Cameraman will be entering the United States Air Force. Cody Prue will be doing ROTC. And Vincente Alvaro Rosenau will be entering the U.S. Army. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by these outstanding members of the class of 2020. At this time, we typically recognize our top 10 academicians. The class of 2022 is a little different. They're actually going to have the top 11 academicians. We have a tie. The following students possess transcripts that represent academic rigor and excellence. These 11 students have earned the highest overall weighted grade point average amongst their peers. With 10th honors, attending Purdue University is Satvik Vanam. In 9th honors, we have a tie. We have attending the University of New Haven, Audrey DeAngelis. Attending Bentley University, Alexandra Tufts. With 8th honors, attending the University of New Hampshire, Robin Bachelor. With 7th honors, attending Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute, David Jarvis. Earning 6th honors, attending the University of Delaware, Ella Holden. With 5th honors, attending the University of Vermont, McKenna Blake. With 4th honors, attending the University of Connecticut, Madeline O'Shaughnessy. With 3rd honors, attending the University of New Hampshire, Olivia Chow. The salutatorian, attending Connecticut College, is Grace McDonald. And your valedictorian for the class of 2022, attending Dartmouth College, Annabella Wu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the top 11 academicians of the class of 2022. It is now my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian of this year's graduating class, Grace McDonald.
Good evening and welcome to the class of 2022, family, friends, faculty, and staff. I am honored to speak here tonight as we celebrate the many accomplishments and recognitions of this class over the past 4 years. Let me begin with a number. 22. It's the number that stood at the end of our school email since elementary school when the school district first introduced Google Drive. It's the number written in many of our Instagram bios that signifies to others online what grade we're in. It's the year printed in bold blue lettering on our black senior t-shirts that our class wore proudly to every Spirit Week this year, including on our last day of school on June 3rd. It's the first song that blasted through the speakers on the prom dance floor on May 14th. 2022 has been greatly anticipated, and now that it's finally here, it does not seem real. However, for tonight's purposes, I want to focus on the number 18. Most everyone in this room is either close to or already surpassed the 18-year mark in life. For my fellow peers sitting in front of me, I want to remind you of those first 18 years, because there are invaluable lessons to be learned from your Kraft mac and cheese loving and Sesame Street obsessed self. Between the first breath of air and registering to vote, this span of years is full of splendid simplicity, yet arduous adversity, and magical memories interrupted by complicated conflicts. There is great personal, physical, and intellectual growth that happens here. Within these integral years of development are separate stages of life that are shaped by the choices, people, and environment that one surrounds himself with. In short, childhood is the 18 years of learning, maturing, and experimenting. Childhood can be defined by movement. The early years consist of stumbling from mom to dad, barely garnering enough strength to remain on 2 feet. With improved coordination, the first mode of transportation is introduced, the bicycle. What begins as many scraped knees and tears from accidents transforms into joyous afternoons of wind-blown hair from cruising down the blacktop on 2 wheels. Following years of wistfully dreaming of the freedom to drive comes the autonomy of receiving a license and the responsibility of owning one. From the rug burns of crawling to the scraped elbows of bike riding, childhood is incredibly fast-moving. To some, the memory of childhood brings warmth and happiness, but for others, it may be riddled with scars of regret, conflict, and tension. Childhood can also be defined by stress. At first, these two words have little correlation. However, stress is always present in a child's life, just in varying forms. Meeting new friends on the first day of preschool, memorizing a list of 10 terms for a spelling test on Friday, fitting in with the evolving middle school fashion trends, preparing for a chemistry midterm. For some, stress may target a deeper piece of their being, but either way, stress is relative and can be temporary. As freshmen, we stressed about finding where room 221 was when a class was moved there for the first time. As seniors, worrying over navigating the school seemed trivial. This year, we stress about our plans after high school. Would we attend college, trade school, do a gap year, or perhaps follow a completely different avenue? In hindsight, the first stage of life is a smooth ride, but a more critical look in the rearview mirror reveals a sequence of bumps in the road that are endured. However, the peaks of each high of childhood are unmatched. Childhood can be defined by magic. Through a child's lens, Christmas ushers in the wonders of Santa Claus, teaches the principle of giving, and spreads a contagious excitement for the holiday season. After viewing Toy Story, afternoons consist of comprehensive conversations with stuffed animals. Losing a tooth sparks enchanted dreams of a visit from a winged fairy under the pillow at night. Snow days in the elementary years mean building snowmen at sunrise and sipping hot chocolate at sunset. In the later years, snow days grant high schoolers rejuvenation and relaxation. In addition to the magic are the equally wondrous unknowns that lie beyond childhood. As children crane their necks to gaze at adults who stand 3 feet above them, they question what it's like to be taller, older, and wiser. Believe it or not, we are now the taller, older, and wiser. Childhood can be defined by opportunity. What do you want to be when you grow up? Begins as an innocent question posed to young minds. Influenced by the television programs they watch, their peers, and their hobbies, answers vary from a police officer to an ice cream truck driver to a superhero. Like an open bin of dress-up clothes, childhood is a period to explore interests and discover a more profound understanding of who you are. As children progress through middle school and move on to high school, the question becomes, what are your plans after graduation? This is where childhood ceases. Technically, childhood is concluded on one's 18th birthday, but can be generalized to graduating high school. After years of playing pretend restaurant, it's time to step into the real kitchen. For some, the end of childhood is painful. It may feel like trying to navigate over a pile of Legos dangerously sprinkled on the floor. For others, childhood's closure symbolizes freedom. After over a decade of control, it's time to live with fierce independence. Either way, the closing of childhood brings a multitude of responsibilities, stress, and liberties. There's no more playing hide and seek from adulthood. So, I return to 22 to close up my speech. In approximately 22 hours, we will be preparing to walk across the stage to officially become Lancer alumni. Beginning a new chapter, whatever that may look like, might be intimidating, but I encourage you to remember some advice from some of our oldest friends. First, never contemplate pushing your limits and stepping outside your comfort zone, because as Buzz Lightyear once said, to infinity and beyond. When faced with adversity, heed Dory's timeless advice and just keep swimming. And most importantly, in the wise words of Cinderella, remember that a dream is a wish your heart makes. As we look to the future and graduating tomorrow, it's important to remember and carry with us our inner child's curiosity, optimism, and exuberance for life. Congratulations to my fellow colleagues of the class of 2022. I cannot wait to see the impact we make on the world. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce our advisors for the class of 2022, Mrs. Kara Baum and Ms. Anna Correa.
Good evening and congratulations, class of 2022. We are so happy to be here with you tonight celebrating the success and hard work of this class. As your advisors, we had the pleasure of working hand in hand with your elected class officers to provide you with the most memorable 4 years at Londonderry High School.
Over these past 4 years, we have fundraised, planned events, and helped to oversee the legacy that you would like to leave behind. At this time, we would like to recognize your elected officers of the class of 2022 with their stoles to represent the hard work they have dedicated to this class. President Matthew Massaggio. Vice President Colby Ramshaw. Secretary Grady Jerome. Treasurer Adam Palmer. Historian Ella Houghton. Publicist Nicole Stone. Prom Chair Audrey Lidstick. Prom Chair Sarah Teslas. Activities Coordinator, Derek Baharian. Activities Coordinator, Matt Jasper.
Boy, Matt.
Hey, Jasper.
Please congratulate your officers of the class. I'd like to welcome Derek Baharian to the microphone.
All right, class 2022. We've been through a lot of ups and downs these past 4 years, and a lot of questions that have been left unanswered, so we decided to hit the street to answer them.
Mr. Parent, are you pushing P?
Pushing parent, yes.
What's your favorite gas station snack?
I like slushies there.
Thank you.
Do not let date your daughter.
Ooh, Adam Palmer.
What does USMD mean?
University of Southern Maryland District.
Thank you.
Is it a beautiful day?
Is it never a beautiful day? Is that a trick question? It's always a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Kanye West or Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson.
Tyler Murray. Who is Tyler Murray?
Tyler. Really good basketball player. Handsome man. Great guy all around. Should get to know him.
Mr. Roger Sampson. Sampson, what senior would you least like to date your daughter?
Devin Ortiz. Pete Davidson or Kanye West?
Pete Davidson.
Thank you.
Do not let your daughter date.
Oh, Corey Nolan. What's cat mean?
I have absolutely no idea.
Thank you. I love Garfield. He's my kind of guy. I'm just like him.
Okay.
Pete Davidson.
Kanye West. What is your favorite Princey song?
Who?
Princey.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be the Little Red Pony.
Thank you.
Who would you not let date your daughter?
Ooh, that is a good one. One person I would let date my daughter is probably Liam White.
I say slap baby, you said.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
What is your biggest red flag?
They don't like Disney movies.
What senior boy would you least like to date your daughter?
I would have to say Riley Bowles.
Johnny Depp.
Thank you. What is your go-to gas station snacks?
My go-to gas station snacks? Usually it's like Lay's potato chips or something like that. I like to go to 7-Eleven. I like the big cups.
What is your favorite and go-to Fortnite landing spot?
Ooh, that's so tough. It used to be Cobra Cavern, but now that just got booted. Let's go. Ooh. And it's outskirts of Anarchy. That's my go-to.
There you go. Thank you.
What do you think of Roger Sampson?
Sure.
Perfect. What is your biggest red flag?
My biggest red flag is when someone doesn't like animals.
Good answer. Madeline? When I say slap baby, what do you say?
You're Pete Davidson or Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Thanks. SMD mean. Is that the place that like Brian's going to? Yeah, it's Jordan. Are you pushing Pete? What?
Kanye West or Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson.
Why?
I like he's dating Kim.
Who's your Fortnite landing spot?
Ooh, tomatoes. It's gone. It's always been tomatoes.
What?
That's the best foot.
Roger Sampson impression.
Hey. Who would you not let date your daughter?
Brady Ellis.
What is your Fortnite landing spot?
I think Rocky Reels, right? Isn't that the one with all the cars and stuff? I don't play too much. Hello?
What is your biggest red flag?
I would say, like, red flag for what?
Relationship.
Oh, super long nails.
Super long nails. Thank you.
FN. Thank you. What LHS senior boy would you not let date your daughter?
Adam Palmer.
Thank you.
What's your favorite Fortnite landing spot?
Probably Retail Row. Tomato Town, all day.
Thank you. What senior boy would you not let date your daughter?
I don't have a daughter, I have a son.
Who would you not let date them?
Well, this is really hard. Well, I'm not sure he may like guys or girls. So if it was a boy, I would say probably Colby Lynch. And if it was a girl, I would say Paige Boyle.
Give me your best Roger Sampson impression.
What do you want again? Did you break your computer?
Thank you.
Go ahead. Crafty, come here. How do you get your muscles so big?
Go to Planet Fitness gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we've hit the streets enough. We can end that, create a video. And now, performing How Does a Moment Last Forever, please welcome Alyssa Bolio.
How does a
my pleasure to introduce your faculty speaker, Mr. Dan Grant.
So, if you haven't been in a classroom in a while, parents, Mr. Parent, Connor Howe, that's basically how every class begins. The big round of applause for the teacher, entrance music on the box. Unfortunately, they made me put away my fog machine and my light machine, but hopefully, now that COVID's somewhat gone, we can bring that back. So welcome faculty, administration, parents, other people that just like to go to these things, but most importantly, the class of 2022. So thank you for giving me a public speaking assignment. It's an honor and an ulcer maker. When Matt Mizzi and Audrey Lister asked me to speak at Baccalaureate, it set off several sleepless nights, some crazy dreams, one of which involved me landing up in heaven with two of my buddies from college. And I knew I was dreaming because there's no way these two knuckleheads would be up there without some type of waiting period. So I meet my buddies in heaven. The Almighty must be either a University of Oregon fan or an admirer of the children's book, Make Way for Ducklings, because that place is covered in ducks. They're everywhere. So I said to my friends, this place is great, but what's up with ducks? My friend, they get real serious. They said, that's the most important rule to follow up here. Do not step on the ducks. I said, well, why? So my friend goes, watch this. Pushes my other buddy, who then loses his balance, steps on a duck. All of a sudden, the most hideous creature I've ever seen comes swooping in, chains itself to my buddy, and off they go. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? He's like, oh, he's locked up with that thing forever. I'm like, dude. Okay. So I thought, wow, I better watch where I'm stepping here. So the next day, the two of us are playing golf. My friend hits this wayward drive, off into the distance, out to the rough. So he's looking for this ball in the tall grass. All of a sudden I hear, quack! And if on cue, here comes this more hideous creature than I saw the day before. Ties itself up to him, off they go, which I'm assuming is for eternity. Wow, this place is rough. So a couple of days later, I'm by myself, when all of a sudden I get lifted up, I get swooped out of where I was, and all of a sudden I'm getting shackled to the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. I'll call her Carly. And I'm like, jackpot. And I said, what just happened? She said, I have no idea. I just stepped on a duck. But in all seriousness, it's an absolute pleasure and honor to be here tonight, celebrating the class of 2022. To prepare for my speech tonight, I thought I would channel my inner Nate Seibert. And let's be honest, pretty much every graduating senior here tonight, and wait until the night before to write my speech. So last night, I sat down to write my speech, turned on the Celtics game, I drank 5 Red Bulls. I checked my Snap multiple times. I made a playlist on Spotify. It's titled This Speech is Cap. I got on my PS5. I played Fortnite with my brother in Texas. I drank another Red Bull. Forgot to go to sleep. Went to work today. And then I wrote my speech on the drive-in to this Performing Arts Center. So the last time I was asked to speak at Baccalaureate, I poked some fun at the idioms that are used to impart advice, such as, you can't have your cake and eat it too. What's the sense in baking a cake if you're not going to eat it? It's just silly. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I know it's about saving money, as you can't spend what you don't have, unless you're the government. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Okay, boomer. Grindstones are now decorations. Why am I looking at a yard ornament? Balls to the wall. When doing anything in life, I get it. You know, make sure you go all out. But why are there balls and why are they on the wall? I found out later when I made that point from a pilot that was in attendance that night. That phrase was developed by World War II pilots when they had to get their planes moving as fast as possible. Apparently, on the throttle was a sphere, the ball, and the wall was the instrument panel. So, to get their plane moving as fast as possible to get out of harm's way, they would push the throttle all the way to the instrument panel, hence balls to the wall. Since I used that phrase 10 years ago in front of the old superintendent, and our current superintendent is retiring, I thought it would be safe to mention it here tonight. Plus, I just got away with saying balls to the wall in a second baccalaureate speech. But as I mentioned, that speech was a decade ago. And I'm not sure if there was a penalty imposed that I didn't know about, but here I am, and a couple things have changed. I mean, the hair that was on the top of my head, that's migrated down and now surrounds my face, so I apologize for the glare. My eyes have started to behave like fourth quarter seniors. Lazy buggers, I'm kidding, love you guys. So now to read this and pretty much anything that you have written in the last year, I need these. Let's see, what else? There's one other thing. COVID happened, that's right, COVID. So I wanted to ask the seniors, this is your night, this is your week, what do you guys want to hear? The first response I got was, what's baccalaureate? So that was helpful. Then I was told, I don't know, you're funny. And I asked, do you mean I'm funny or funny looking? And they then got distracted and didn't respond, so now I'm up here, kind of a complex, but I'm going with it. So the last person I asked said, just keep it short. So in conclusion, I wish. Anyways, Mizzy, I'm here tonight to talk about trees, which should take no more than an hour. As I was driving in tonight, writing my speech, listening to the radio, a Brad Paisley song came on titled Last Time for Everything. And it got me thinking. Graduations or other milestones are always a time of reflection, celebration, and for some reason, giving advice. My college football program had a tradition. Prior to our last game, seniors' last game of the year, we were given a log. Like I told you, I'd talk about trees. And the whole team would gather around this fire that we had down by the stadium. Each senior was given time to talk about whatever they wanted to, their experience, playing college football, their experience at the school, whatever. And then they would throw that log on the fire. The log on the fire was meant to symbolize the ending of one stage and the beginning of another. And our coach used the mythical phoenix as his metaphor. Justers, is it metaphor or analogy? Is it metaphor? I should have checked earlier. And just like the phoenix was reborn from the fire, after the next day's game, we would no longer be football players. Really, none of us were going to ever play a meaningful game again, and instead we'd become something else. And it was a cool, moving experience, but as I've gotten older, I've kind of realized a little bit of the fallacy of it, and I just want to share that with you. All of you here are seated here tonight because you found success in the classroom, you found it on the field, you found it on the slopes, you found it in the band, you found it at work, you've done really, really well. You should be proud of it. Hasn't been easy for many of you, especially the last couple of years. There's a line that says, improvement doesn't happen in a straight line. You don't go from here to here in a straight line. There's ups, there's downs, and you've experienced a lot of them, and you're aware of it. But you've all reached this point in your life. So congratulations. If Londonderry was a forest, you would be what are called the emergents. These are trees that stick out from above the topmost layer of the forest, referred to as the crown. And those things that got you to that point, those things that made you successful, you don't get rid of them. You don't completely alter yourself. You keep doing that. It's why it got you here. It's what's going to make you successful going forward. So be nice. It's so simple. I have it on my board, my classroom. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. In the class of 2022, they've absolutely mastered this. I've been in LHS for 15 years now, and I don't think I've met a nicer class. Ms. Sullivan, the mayor, you've been here for what, like 50 years? Have you met a nicer class? Never. Just one example. In AP Environmental, we investigate ecosystem dynamics. Don't go to sleep, hold on. And one of the things we look at is like, what do ecosystems provide? What's their purpose? What's their point? Why do we care about it? And there's a term that's used for what they give us. Any of my AP students remember what that is? There's services that ecosystems provide. Ecosystem services, perfect. And so one of the factors in determining these services is what's referred to as intrinsic value. And that means that these ecosystems have value because they exist. They're valuable because they're there. So a few years ago, I tried to use this bobblehead as an example. Give me 1 second. Gosh, my back. So I tried to use this bobblehead. So this bobblehead, if you don't know who this is because you're seated 40 yards away, it's the best third baseman to ever play Major League Baseball. It's a Philadelphia Philly, Michael Jack Schmidt. And once I got into teaching and had a little bit of money, I would go down to New Jersey every year. My grandma lived in a small town called Brookline, New Jersey, right across the river from Philly. You can actually see Old Veterans Stadium from there. And every year I would take her to a game. It would be her and I. Ended up, after a while, she's in a wheelchair. Good memories. And one of the last times I got to take her there, what night was it? It was Mike Schmidt bobblehead night. I was like, this is awesome. So I had this bobblehead on my desk when I first started teaching, and I kept it there because it meant something to me. And so a couple of years ago, when I was going through ecosystem services, yada, 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 I mentioned that, to someone just looking at this is just a bobblehead. It's just Mike Schmidt who cares. But for me, it had intrinsic value. So sure enough, a couple weeks later, after I had what I thought given like this killer presentation, all this stuff, what happens? Someone knocks it off my super clean, super organized desk, and it breaks. And as you can see, it's still busted. The students said they were sorry and carried on, and I left it broken because it sent a message to me that not everyone recognizes intrinsic value. So fast forward to this year. On our water quality field trip near the end of the year, students had borrowed a Bluetooth speaker from me. What happens? It gets lost. But what was different about this year is the first day of senior week, it's the first day you guys don't have to go into school. Who shows up with that whole group of students that went, and what did they bring with them? They brought a brand new Bluetooth speaker. That says something about the class of 2022. And that's just one example. So now I get to play my bangers from the 90s all day. It even advertises having extra bass. And we all know that that's what it's really all about. Beyond time, a great way to measure how much a person's value, a great way to measure how much a person values a class, a job, or another person is if they value that time. And if you're going to be late, which all of us are at some point in time, stop and get a coffee for your boss, for your professor, or for your friend. Never, ever come in late with only 1 cup of coffee for yourself. You can figure out why. All right, be strong. There's an old saying that says, wolves don't kill the unlucky deer, they kill the weak ones. Brutal, but true. Class of 2022, you guys are strong. You've been through a lot. COVID, remote learning your sophomore year, sports canceled, concerts canceled, hybrid learning your junior year, back to remote learning, back to hybrid, then to in-person learning with masks and distance, in-person learning without masks. The foyer turned into a rotary, quarantine, college essays, college visits, which actually are really fun. It's just the work waiting for you when you get back that stinks, along with all the other stressors of high school. And that's just talking about the issues regarding school. And yet, class of 2022, here you are, ready to roll. Engage with others. There's a lot of seniors heading off to distant locations: California, Indiana, Pennsylvania, New York, Delaware, North Carolina, Mississippi, Virginia, Colorado, armed services. Others are staying in New England: Maine, Rhode Island, Vermont. Mass? Do we include Connecticut in that? I'm sorry, Mara. Go UConn. Go Huskies. Go Huskies. So, I had to travel from beautiful, sunny Springfield, Massachusetts to Philly by bus during my first 2 years of college. And you meet some really interesting people on that Peter Pan bus line, leaving Springfield. I'll tell you what. One stands out though. It started outside of New York City with a "Hi, how are you, where are you from?" And it turns out the guy sitting next to me was from that same small town in New Jersey that my grandma lived, Brooklyn, which is my dad's hometown. We got to talking. He asked me what my last name was. I said, Graham. He said, well, I used to work for a William Graham at the mobile plant in Philly back in the 70s. I said, no. My grandfather is William Graham. He was the plant manager for the mobile refinery in Philadelphia. He died when I was 2. There's one picture of him holding me. From New York to Philadelphia, I got to meet my grandfather, hear stories I hadn't heard before. It was an amazing experience. So you never know who you're going to meet unless you engage with them. I'm not mentioning the trip from Springfield to New York, where I learned that you can use Philly blunts to roll marijuana cigarettes with. So 50-50, engage if you want to. Wear sunscreen. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists, whereas the rest of this advice you're hearing from me, no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Be yourself. Don't waste your time comparing yourself with others. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long. In the end, you're only racing yourself. I want to read a poem that I have hanging in my classroom. You guys have spent considerable time there. If you had any, a lot of you are sophomores as well. It's called The Person in the Glass. When you reach your goal in the game of life, and you've gotten a big promotion that day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself, and see what that person has to say. For it isn't your family or friends, or colleagues whose judgment upon you must pass. The person whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring at you from the glass. You can fool all the world down the avenue of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your only reward... Sorry, Mr. Juster. I love you. Your only reward will be remorse and regret if you cheated the person in the glass. Last page. Watch out for dots. Don't tie yourself to a job. Don't tie yourself to a career. Don't tie yourself to a person who doesn't want you around and who doesn't want to be around you. Know what you're worth. Class of 2022, you're extremely valuable. Don't be reckless with yourselves. Don't be reckless with others. Be a memory. When I became a dad, I was told that my purpose in life was now completely different. It's not about me. Now my role is to be a memory for my son. And I got to thinking, maybe that's how we should treat every relationship we have. People come and go into your life, out of your life. You're going to have an impact on them in either way. Do your best to make it a positive one. Make yourself a good memory for them. So class of 2022, continue to be you. You don't need to reinvent yourself as the Phoenix would do. Instead, continue to add and build upon the foundation that you've created. Continue to grow and develop. Continue to stay connected to your family and friends whose support you've relied on, who've relied on you, and who you will continue to rely on. Continue to strive, whatever endeavor you choose. Reach for those new heights. I told you I was going to talk about trees. We have our growth ring, we have our root system, we have our emergence. We're good. So, congratulations, class of 2022. From James Griffin as a scrawny 6th grader to James Griffin as a scrawny senior. Leading Lancer golf in the state tournament, but more importantly, signing up for the Lancer Alumni Athletic Association golf tournament. Ms. Sullivan, he spells his last name with 2 F's. One of them is for first. B period. You were the best start to my day, every day, that I've had in 20 years of teaching. Thank you for always saying good morning and have a great day. Ashley Manor for being afraid of this. It's a small bird. And I'm not judging hard. We're all afraid of something, but Tess Brown. Who's the best Celtic with the last name Brown? D. Brown! D. Brown! Yes! Pump it up. C period. Who never listened to an announcement, but always stood and said the pledge every day. The super group representing Adam Palmer. This kid owns the only Browns jersey in New England. And he wears it with pride. My hat's off to you. Lacey D, she bumps these Michael Jackson beats at odd times. I have no idea when it's going to happen. It always does, though. Finally, H period. The best class I've ever had in the afternoon. Thank you for always ending my day on a positive note. I'll miss you. So thanks so much for being a great memory for me, class of 2022. I wish you nothing but the best. You're going to be missed. Now let's get these scholarships and awards handed out and get you guys graduated tomorrow. Congratulations.
Great, I get to follow that. Thanks. At this point, as Mr. Mayor said, let's give out some awards and some scholarships. Right now, we want to recognize some students that have been recognized outside of Londonderry High School. When I call your name, please stand so you can be recognized. We have the Friends of Londonderry Hockey Boosters Club. Please stand. Jack Byrne, Drew Nutter, Matthew Palmer, and Brandon Savage. The Lancer Locker School Store Scholarship was awarded to Laura Bowen, Catherine Doherty, Greta Hayton, Maura O'Shaughnessy, Alexandra Tufts, and Tara Wright. The LGA Brian Hannafin Memorial Scholarship was awarded to Tyler Kraft. The LGA David Kelly Community Service Scholarship was awarded to Tyler Kraft and Madison LeClaire. The LGA Shannon McDougall Memorial Scholarship was awarded to Abigail Whitley. Londonderry Chair Boosters Club Scholarship was awarded to Brooke Boykin, Ava Campbell, Summer Graysick, and Madison Ouellette. The New Hampshire Lodging and Restaurant Association Education Foundation, the Future of Hospitality Scholarship was given to Gabrielle Tringali. And the Unified Athletic Leadership Scholarship was given to Natalie Carlson and Olivia Windage. At this time, we're going to start with our New Hampshire Scholars. Beginning in 2011 and 2012 school year, Londonderry High School joined the New Hampshire Scholars Program. New Hampshire Scholars is part of the State of New Hampshire initiative. It's a national program that incorporates business leaders to motivate students beginning in the 8th grade to complete a rigorous course of study in high school, one that will give them a boost in college and future careers. New Hampshire Scholars encourages and motivates all high school students to complete rigorous course of study that prepares them for a successful transition to college, coursework, or technical training necessary to enter today's competitive job market. This initiative gives our students an edge, one that is of real value to them, the schools they attend, the companies they work for, and the communities they live in. Students now have several pathways to choose from. In addition to New Hampshire Scholars Core, students can now further personalize their education and be recognized for pathways with New Hampshire Scholars STEM emphasis, New Hampshire Scholars Art emphasis, and New Hampshire Scholars Career emphasis. I would like to note there are students that have taken rigorous courses that are not being recognized tonight because they opted to take other rigorous courses outside of the extra social studies course required. The following seniors are Londonderry High School's New Hampshire Scholars. They total 166 members of the class of 2022. These seniors will have the New Hampshire Scholar seal embossed on their diploma, and they're going to receive a New Hampshire Scholar medal, thanks to Mr. Parent. I'd like to ask the assistant principals to join us on stage to hand them out. And this evening, the role of Dr. Kim Lindley-Susie will be played by her understudy, Mr. Sean Flynn.
I want to thank Mr. Grant, as I feel a little self-conscious as I put on my glasses and give you a glare from the top of my head. I am going to think about that, and hopefully I do not have bad dreams. As Ms. Sullivan had said, when I call your name, please enter over here on this side and exit on this side. I ask you that you hold your applause till the end, as we do have 166 award winners. So I'd like to introduce the New Hampshire Scholars in the area of core. Again, hold your applause. Emily Allman, Nicholas Anastasi, Hayden Austin, Michael Anstey, Laura Bowen, Derek Baharian, Erica Barnes, John Bauman Jr., Ian Becker, Jack Byrne, Jack Bickerstaff, Brooke Bodkin, Riley Bowles, Emily Bothwell, Richard Busquette Jr., Tess Brown, Kyle Burnell, Nathan Carroll, Athena Haralambas, Ellie Cook, Jillian Corbett, Nathan DiFazio, Sarah DiFilippi, Joshua DeFranzo, Justin Dixon, Catherine Doherty, Ashlyn Doucette, Lauren Doucette, Brady Ellis, Sarah Ethier, Nolan Farian, Vanessa Figueroa, Gianna Fowler, Ethan Green, James Griffin, Olivia Hamill, Caitlin Hardy, Jacob Harmon, Caitlin Henderson, Nathan Hilliard, Ashley Holt, Ella Houghton, Caleb Howard, Connor Howe, Mackenzie Hoyt, Aiden Keenan, Tyler Kraft, Jade LeBlanc, Madison LeClaire, Caroline Leone, Audrey Lidster, Tommy Liu, Luke Langevin, Evan Madigan, Aaron Maloney, Jordan Marion, Sage Metzger, Sophia Mazzalia, Jack McCarthy, Nolan McGivergan, Kevin Moscat, Adriana Nato, Catherine O'Neill, Joseph O'Neill, Maura O'Shaughnessy, Madison Willett, Skylar Pelletier, Colby Ramshaw, Kayla Say, Colby Smith, Andrew Sorrell, Reese St. Gelais, Jeffrey Stanley, Sam Street, Dylan Strong, Patrick Tewksbury, Jake Truesdale, Joshua Truesdale, Sarah Teslis, Alexandria Tuff, Olivia Timowitz, Emma Vachon, Logan Boreas, Aiden Washington, Connor Wheeler, Michael Williams, Kendall Wilson, Olivia Windish, Tara Wright, and Andrew Young. I actually don't feel so bad now being up here as I have my glasses and there are many glasses up here for people. I'm feeling much better. New Hampshire Scholar in the area of art, Paige Boyon, Quinn Brown, Rebecca Buckley, Peter Cafaro, Lana Chasin, Avery Cremens, Lacey DeMayo, Aiden Fortier, Jada Lynn Gagnon, Lindsay Gregg, Matthew Jasper, Emily Jostrom, Colby Lynch, Grace McDonough, Spencer McIntyre, Emmett Miller, Aaliyah Millis, Nathan Nicholson, Adam Palmer, Camden Poitras, Caitlin Shakely, Isaac Stambach, Reagan Timowitz, Matthew Villano, Liam White, Trevor Betty, Abigail Whitley. In the area of STEM, Madison Bickford, Devin Bizarro, Audrey DeAngelis, Noelle Doe, Elizabeth Fish, Laura Haas, Retta Hatton, Justin Hoggard, David Jarvis, Noah Malcolm, Rory McGurk, Cassidy Method, Drew Nutter, Madeline O'Shaughnessy, Matthew Palmer, William Plant, Kelsey Sanborn, Liana Sawyer, Caden Stone, Nicole Stone, Max Storman, Abigail Wallace, Annabella Wu. Scholar in the area of career, Nicholas Borovica, Abigail Foley, Anna Gainey, Allison Iaconis, Brendan Julian, Samantha Minton, Matthew Mashazik, Cody Prue, Gabrielle Tringali, Adam Wally. There's the first 66, 100 to go. In the area of art and STEM, Robin Batchelor, Alyssa Bolio, McKenna Blake, Olivia Chow, Robert Godin, Catherine Gregoire, Austin Kilgore, Safik Manam, Ashley Manor, Celeste Martin, Thomas Popolowski Jr., Nathan Seibert. New Hampshire Scholar in the area of art and career, Sophia Brockney, Reese Cameraman.
A Londonderry Emergency Response Team Alert Scholarship.
Adam Wally.
Alpha Delta Kappa Nu Scholarship.
Tess Brown.
Barbara M. Burns Memorial Social Studies Scholarship by Barbara May.
Phoebe Bartlett.
Brennan Food Vending Services Scholarship.
Paige Witherby.
Brennan Food Vending Services Drama Club Scholarship.
Alyssa Bolio.
Brennan Food Vending Services Medical Scholarship.
Catherine Gregoire.
Brennan Food Vending Services MST or Alvern Student Scholarship.
Rachel Bonfin.
Carol Mack Scholarship.
Rebecca Buckley.
Christopher Scott Fitzpatrick Memorial Scholarship Fund.
We have 3, Matthew Jasper, Colby Ramshaw, and Aiden Washington.
Class of 2008, B. Murray Vocational Scholarship.
Rachel Bonfin and Cody Prue.
Class of 2022 Officer Scholarship.
Please hold your applause to the end. Derek Baharian, Grady Derone, Ella Houghton, Matthew Jasper, Audrey Lidster, Matthew Mashazik, Adam Palmer, Colby Ramshaw, Nicole Stone, and Sarah Testis.
College 101 Night Scholarship.
Brooke Bodkin.
Derry Garden Club Environmental Career Scholarship.
Liana Sawyer.
Derry Medical Center Charitable Foundation Scholarship.
Noelle Daube, Catherine Gregoire, Jacob Harmon, and Skylar Pelletier.
Dollars for Scholars Scholarship.
Hold your applause. McKenna Blake, Tess Brown, Caitlin Koza, McKenna Lord, Grace McDonough, Spencer McIntyre, Madison Willette, Abigail Sakeller, Kelsey Sanborn, Joshua Truesdale, Alexander Truffs, and Kendall Tufts and Kendall Wilson.
FAFSA Knight Book Award Scholarship.
Bryn Foster.
Fast Shot Booster Scholarship.
John Bauman Jr. and Riley Bowles.
Friends of Lancer Swimming.
Kevin Moscat.
Friends of Music Scholarship.
Jason Kane.
Gwen Pasquarelli Memorial Music Scholarship.
Zachary Rivet.
Hudson Memorial VFW Post 5791 Scholarship.
McKenna Blake, McKenna Lord, Grace McDonough, and Camden Poitras. Courtney Clark.
Jake Nar, No Bad Day Scholarship.
Riley Bowles, Grady DeRone, Michael Rosentano, and Abigail Whitley.
James N. Elefante Scholarship, Future Educators Academy.
Tess Brown.
Jessica Pullman Memorial Scholarship.
Abigail Dorr.
JPR Live Scholarship.
Alyssa Bolio and Anna Gainey.
Kathleen A. Wicker Scholarship.
Sophia Mazzalia.
Kay and Dick Doyle Family Scholarship.
Kayla McLaren and Alyssa Saley.
Lancer Dugout Club Annual Scholarship.
Aiden Washington, Adam Wally.
Lancer Nation Boys Basketball Association Scholarship.
Grady DeRone, Justin Hoggard, Luke Langeway, and Corey Nolan.
Lancer On Deck Club Scholarship.
Madison Bickford, Olivia Chow, Noelle Doe, Samantha Mitten, Emily Rivera, Liana Sawyer.
LBC Jake Yar Scholarship.
Okay, please hold your applause. Olivia Chow, Brandon Galan, Justin Hoggard, Madison LeClaire, Jack Marshall, Matthew Mashazek, Tyler Murray, Madeline O'Shaughnessy, Maureen O'Shaughnessy. Maura O'Shaughnessy.
LHS Drama Club Scholarship.
Alyssa Bolio, Paige Boyan.
LHS Student Council Scholarship.
Robin Batchelor, Allison Iaconis, Caitlin Koza, Sage Metzger.
Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association Scholarship.
Matthew Mashazik, Michael Rosatano, Liana Sawyer, Abigail Whitley, Adam Wally, Tara Wright.
Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association No Bad Days Scholarship.
Tess Brown, Ashley Manor, Camden Poitras, Colby Ramshaw.
Londonderry Athletic Alumni Association Tom Sawyer Scholarship.
Riley Bowles, Kelsey Sanborn.
Londonderry Athletic Field Association LAFA Scholarship.
Olivia Chow, Brandon Galan, Samantha Mitten, Adam Wally.
Londonderry Education Association LEA Scholarship in honor of Claire Hunter.
McKenna Blake.
Londonderry Education Association LEA Scholarship in honor of Douglas Mailman.
Reagan Timowitz.
Londonderry Education Association LEA Scholarship in honor of John Beta Boncourt.
Liana Sawyer.
Londonderry Girls Basketball Booster Club Scholarship.
Olivia Chow, Madeline O'Shaughnessy.
Londonderry Goals Association Scholarship.
Please hold your applause. Derek Baharian, Robin Batchelor, John Bauman Jr., Tess Brown, Lacey DeMayo, Ashlyn Doucette, Lauren Doucette, Retta Hatton, Tyler Kraft, Madison LeClaire, Ashley Manor, Matthew Mishazik, Corey Nolan, Liana Sawyer, Jeffrey Stanley, Sam Street, and Abigail Whitley.
Londonderry High School Track and Cross Country Booster Club Scholarship.
Again, hold your applause. Nicholas Borovica, Colby Lynch, Grace McDonough, Adriana Nato, Madeline O'Shaughnessy, Maura O'Shaughnessy, William Plant, Lauren Ponto, Colby Ramshaw, Sam Street.
Londonderry High School Math Team Scholarship.
Jeffrey Stanley, Annabella Wu.
Londonderry Lions Club Scholarship.
Again, hold your applause. McKenna Blake, Gonzalo Fiera, Lindsay Gregg, Mackenzie Hoyt, Jade LeBlanc, Sophia Mazzalia, Anthony Salcido, Reagan Timowitz.
Londonderry Police Association Scholarship.
Summer Grazik, Emily Rivera, Adam Wally.
Londonderry Quick Sticks Booster Club Scholarship.
Quinn Brown, Tess Brown, Caroline Leone, Abigail Whitley, Tara Wright.
Londonderry Senior Citizens Incorporated Scholarship.
Olivia Hamill, Nolan McGivergan.
Londonderry Soccer Club Scholarship.
Lacey DeMayo, Tyler Kraft, Jeffrey Stanley, Abigail Whitley.
Londonderry Women's Club Scholarship.
Camden Poitras, Reagan Timowitz, Kendall Wilson.
Londonderry Wrestling Association Scholarship.
Evan Madigan.
Londonderry Youth Lacrosse Association Scholarship.
Quinn Brown, Tess Brown.
Lundgren Chiropractic Scholarship.
Reagan Timowitz.
Mark Lawrence Photographers Scholarship.
Kaylee Donahue.
Mary Colton Scholarship Fund.
Austin Kilgore.
Mary Lou Chamberlain Memorial Scholarship.
Jillian Corbett.
Molly Reed, Chapter DAR Continuing Education Award Scholarship.
Ella Houghton.
Neil F. Tyler Jr. Scholarship Fund.
Anna Gainey, Joshua Truesdale.
Peter A. Soam Memorial Scholarship.
Cody Prue.
Principal Scholarship.
Please hold your applause. Madison Bickford, Audrey DeAngelis, Olivia Hamill, Audrey Lidster, Sathvik Manam, Sage Metzger, Dr. Manam, and Annabella Wu.
Rebecca Tenney Foundation Scholarship.
David Jarvis, Rory McGurk.
Richard Hode Scholarship.
Sage Metzger, Savannah Leclerc.
RSD Scholarship.
Caitlin Koza, Adriana Nato, Matthew Villanelle.
Skip Burbine Tennis Scholarship.
Laura Bowen, Camden Poitras.
South Londonderry Elementary School Scholarship Fund.
Emily Jostrom, Sophia Brockney, Joshua Jones.
Field Hockey Booster Club Scholarship.
Catherine Doherty, Caroline Leone, Audrey Lidster, Sarah Teslis, and Tara Wright.
Susan H. Lambert Memorial Scholarship.
Sarah DiFilippi.
The Londonderry Rotary Club Community Service Scholarship.
Nicole Stone, Reagan Timowitz.
The Londonderry Rotary Club Fred Ball Memorial Scholarship.
Caitlin Koza.
Greeley Parmentier Harrington American Legion Post 27 Scholarship.
Carter Operto and Emily Overhalser.
The Londonderry Rotary Club Owen Walton Community Service Scholarship.
Laura Haas and Cassidy Method.
The Londonderry Youth Football and Spirit Scholarships in the names of Warner Hale, Chris Fitzpatrick, Alex Liskawa.
Please hold your applause. Phoebe Bartlett, Riley Bowles, Alana Chasin, Matthew Jasper, Adriana Nato, Madison Willette, Colby Ramshaw, Gabrielle Tringali, Jake Truesdale, and Aiden Washington.
William Howard Memorial Scholarship.
Celeste Martin and Sasha Stelianos.
Congratulations to all of our recipients. At this time, we'd like to invite Principal Parrott back to the podium for closing remarks.
How about another round of applause for Sean Flynn, Abby Sloper, Miss O'Day, and the assistant principal. We also want to acknowledge and thank once again Mrs. Bound and Ms. Correo for their fantastic leadership over their 4 years with the class of 22. Mr. Grant said this best. We have enjoyed the class of 2022 immensely. They have had a fantastic school year facing enormous obstacles because of the people that they are. They truly model what it means to be a Londonderry Lancer. I want to thank our class officers for their leadership. It's been excellent. We've had, it's going to continue with the wonderful graduation at Snew Arena tomorrow night. I think these two events are the best events of the week. It really culminates all of your achievements, all your hard work. We're able to celebrate you. We're so proud of everything that you've accomplished over these 4 years, particularly these past 4 years when you think about what we've all had to endure. You've embraced the challenges, you've chased your dreams, and again, you're just a fantastic bunch to be around. We're going to miss you greatly. Parents, I want to thank you for raising such incredible young adults. You are instrumental in their development, and you've raised really good people that are courteous and kind to each other and to their adults around them when they come to school every day. This class is thoughtful, respectful, sincere, and that's a credit to you parents, and to our community. And I want to sincerely thank the generous contributions of the Londonderry community. They awarded $149,688 tonight to our seniors. So again, seniors, you've had an outstanding week thus far. We're going to see you at senior breakfast tomorrow morning at 7:30. You're going to walk over to MT if you're a Tiger. You're going to bus to North School if you're a Bear, or South School if you're a Hawk. And our students from Hooksett, we can have breakfast together if you like, or go back to your town and say hello. From there, you'll return to the gym, where we'll see the senior slideshow, the senior video, and we'll have our graduation rehearsal following that. And then we will have commencement at 7 p.m. at SNHU Arena, where it should be a packed house. We're really excited to celebrate you. So we hope everyone's enjoyed this evening. Safe travels home. Thank you and good night.